Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
Winter weather has been the norm this week, but a norm that two fan bases look forward to is the annual rivalry matchup that will be renewed tonight. Welcome to our high school boys basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, on YouTube at WKLO 96.9, and on your Alexa, just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone pregame show this evening. We hope you're having a great Friday. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. The Corydon Central Panthers, with a 2-0 record after making the short trip, are here to face off with the North Harrison Cougars at 1-1 here at the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. The Panthers are coming off a blowout win over Lanesville last Friday, 79-31. Jack Fessel paced the team with 24 points. Devin Murphy added 19, including 15 on all threes in the third quarter. And Grant Lindemann ended up scoring 14 in the victory. The Panthers had 24 assists on 30 made baskets with 6 turnovers and 10 steals to their credit as they held Lanesville to just 12 second-half points in the win over their county rival last Friday. So far, Grant Lindemann is the leader in scoring, averaging 20.5 points per game. Junior forward JoJo McCarty is leading in rebounding at 7.5 in the first 2 games on average. Senior wing Jack Fessel leads in assists, steals, and deflections, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 7.5 deflections per game, while junior forward Ben Gruber has 2 blocks on the season so far. This Corydon team has been extremely good on the defensive end, giving up just 33 points on average between the Seymour and Lanesville wins last week. And they are a team that has shown that they are determined. They don't just want to win games. They want to win more than that as the season goes along. And, of course, tonight would be a good start, winning your county rivalry and winning your conference opener on the road against the team that you know better than anybody else, and that being North Harrison. The Cougars tonight are looking to bounce back. They lost to Heritage Hills last Saturday here at home, 75-51. They were in contention at halftime, only trailing 34-30, but a 12-0 Patriot run to start the third quarter put the Cougars behind the 8 ball, and they never recovered after that against a formidable team, even though they're a young team at Heritage Hills. The Cougars so far have been paced in scoring, and it's been Logan Hune who has led the way. 14.5 points, his average in the first 2 games against South Central and Heritage Hills. Junior forward Corey Burson averaging 6.5 rebounds per game. Caden Hain is averaging 10 assists per game so far for the Cougars. And then junior wing Talon Lewis and senior forward Bryce Fessel, both with 4 steals on the season. Dawson Sen is averaging 3 deflections per game so far for the Cougars. The Panthers come in having won 4 straight in this rivalry matchup. Both teams very similar in size. The Cougars are a little bit older team than Corydon Central, but the Panthers might be a little more athletic overall as a team, even though the Cougars might be a little stronger physically up and down the roster. Should be a fun matchup. We'll see how this one turns out tonight. Should be fast-paced. There should be a lot of highlight plays and a lot of pride on the line as well, as there always is in this rivalry matchup. I had the chance to talk to both teams' head coaches before tonight's rivalry showdown. I talked with Corydon Central head coach Joseph Hinton about the win over Lanesville, the doubleheader weekend for the team, and his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz about the loss to Heritage Hills, the focus for the team this week, and his thoughts on the Panthers. You'll be able to hear from the coaches starting after this commercial break. Hear from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. This is the Davis Crushstone pregame show. Davis Crushstone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushstone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
Our Davis Crushed Stone pregame show keeps rolling along here on 96.9 WKLO. It's Corydon Central at North Harrison, the annual Big Cat basketball rivalry here tonight at the Cougar Den. And joining us now is Corydon Central head coach Joseph Hinton as the Panthers get ready for their annual matchup with the Cougars. We'll talk about that here in just a few moments. But, Joe, going back to last weekend, Lanesville in your home opener, and a little bit up and down to start the game, but it seemed like once you guys got your feet under you, everything started to click, and you guys got into a really nice rhythm there at home.
Yeah, we definitely weren't pleased with the way we played in the first half, but I thought the boys responded really well after halftime, and I thought the second half we came out and played as a team. Couldn't be more proud of the way we finished that game. It's early in the season. We looked really good against Seymour, but you got to expect some bumps in the road in the beginning, and we just got to keep ironing them out. Stay focused on what our goals and expectations are, and stay true to ourselves.
Yeah, and of course, you go up 21 at halftime, but I know you talked about it in the post game going into halftime, saying, you know what, we think we can do better than this. Let's go out and play with energy, and the guys did just that to start the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, people might call me crazy for being upset at halftime, but we have expectations, we have goals, and we're going to hold each other to those goals. The players are going to hold me accountable. I'm going to hold them accountable. And we know what we're after this year. And we know that a lot of people out there may not believe in us, but we sure do. So that wasn't good enough in the first half. Didn't really like the way the ball moved. Didn't like our effort. But the second half was tremendous. Couldn't be more proud of the way the guys came out and played together. And, when you have 24 assists in a game, that means you're moving the basketball.
Well, and obviously, too, the defensive end of the floor was so big for you guys because you gave up 19, which is a good first half as far as the score goes, but you only give up 12 in the second half and really didn't let Lanesville have a lot of good looks there throughout the entirety of those last two quarters.
It starts on the defensive side. Getting these boys to buy into that's been a little tougher than I thought it'd be, but they're starting to get it. And, some of those 12 points happened in the late minutes of the fourth quarter. I thought we did a great job of going after Pierce there in the second half. I thought we did a much better job of marking him, and could be more proud of our effort in the second half. Our whole motto this year, our whole mantra is control what you can control. We didn't do that the first half, but the second half, I definitely think we did.
Yeah, and one thing, too, you mentioned the 24 assists, but only 6 turnovers as well. So you guys continue to take good care of the basketball, and that's a good sign to see early in the season as well.
You're going to call me crazy, but that wasn't good enough. I think Seymour, we had 4 or 5 turnovers. Lanesville, we ended up with 6. Some of those were unforced on our own fault, and we have to make sure that no matter who we're playing, that we're taking care of the basketball. And if you take care of the basketball, you out rebound or redone with the other team, you're going to be just fine. You got to control what you control. You talk about free throws, you talk about defense, you talk about rebounding. If we can do that, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
And it was also great, too. I mean, of course, Grant and Jack did a really good job from a scoring point of view. Devin really got hot there in the third quarter, and you had some other guys that stepped up, too, and scored a little more than they did in the Seymour game.
Well, they're starting to get it that we have several guys on our team that are capable of going off any given night. And whoever's hot, we got to find them. I thought we did a great job of that. We knew Devin was hot. He hit 5 threes there in that third quarter. But, in the Seymour game, it was Grant Lindemann. And he was not afraid to pass the ball in the second game. I mean, he does a great job as a point guard, knowing when to go and knowing when to feed the others. And then Jack Fessel, he plays so hard. He's so athletic. He's a really tough person to guard, especially if he has a shot going. And, with those 3 specifically, and then everybody else on our team is capable of scoring and moving the ball and playing defense. And I just really like the American gumbo we got going on right now. It's a great mix. these kids out there, and I couldn't be more proud.
Of course, this week, too, it's the first time you have the doubleheader weekend as well, so trying to get ready for that with the rivalry on the front end and then on the back end, a potential sectional opponent. So definitely a big week from that point of view to get started with that for the first time this year.
It was a great atmosphere. I love the fact that we had all those fans there. Waynesville traveled really well. You know, you got to get ready for those types. We had a really tough game there on Tuesday night against Seymour, and that just gets you prepared down the road. Winning right now is great, awesome. That's part of our goals, but the ultimate goal is to win and get to March, and we talked about that. So those kind of games help you. Those kind of atmospheres help you get prepared for what's coming in the future.
Well, of course, tonight, North Harrison here on the road, and they're coming off a loss to Heritage Hills, but they looked really good against South Central, a veteran team you're dealing with tonight as well. So as you look at the Cougars coming in, what are some things that stick out to you about what they have coming in?
They play hard, they play fast. And they're not going to just sit back. The last couple of years, have been tough on them, and that they've been working. They've been putting time in with Coach Schultz, and we know they got some good players on their team. Logan Hume, tremendous scorer. They got some guys who can really rebound and play really hard, like Dawson Sen. Caden Hain handles the basketball very well. We know all of them by name. They grew up with these kids, but they got a lot of talent, and we got to make sure that we don't play around with them. We got to understand that they want to muck the game up a little bit and go fast and a little sloppy, and we got to be under control. Of course, we want to push the pace as well, but we want to take care of the basketball. We want to do things the right way.
Yeah, and obviously they have some depth as well as you guys do, and they have guys who have been around the block, as you mentioned, as well. And plus, they're a team that may not be the biggest, but they have a pretty physical team as well.
Well, they play with heart. There are a lot of hardworking kids up here, good families, and they want to come out here and win, just like the rest of us. I told the guys, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. But are you willing to do what it takes to win? And that's something that we've talked about as our collective group, what we can do to make sure that that's the outcome that happens.
No doubt. As far as you guys go with the Panthers tonight here on the road, everybody available, ready to go for the rivalry matchup?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were really focused in the pregame warm-up. I thought we had a good week of practice. You just got to block out the outside noise. Nobody condones anything that happens outside of here. We're just here to play basketball and here to play it to the best of our ability. So what we always talk about also is controlling the moment. Don't let the moment control you. Emotions can be a dangerous thing. You can use them to either be highly successful or you can let them take over and then you end up not getting the result you want. So the guys seem really focused. They seem ready to go. It's going to be exciting night of basketball. Hopefully the gym's packed. It's always nice to play against your county rival. It's been happening for years now, so we're excited to be out here.
Sounds good. Joseph, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Panthers have a good game here on the road in North Harrison tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for being up here. I'll be up there after the game to talk to you. Hopefully it's an exciting game of basketball. And hopefully we travel well tonight. And as always, go Panthers.
All right, Joseph Benton joining us here at our pregame coverage. Corydon Central at North Harrison tonight. We'll get to the interview with Coach Schultz coming up next as you're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison basketball here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Our Davis Crushstone pregame show rolls along here on 96.9 WKLO. It's rivalry night. Corydon Central visiting North Harrison in the annual county and conference matchup. And Ross Schultz, the North Harrison head coach, joins us now to talk about the matchup and more. We'll get to that here in just a few moments. But Ross, going back to last Saturday with Heritage Hills, a pretty solid start for your guys. But the second quarter was where you were able to get back into it and went from being down a little bit to getting it within 4 at halftime. And the execution on both ends of the floor was really sharp during that stretch.
Yeah, it was a good quarter. Their length kind of bothered us first half, and once we settled in, we knew we could play with them. It went a lot better. We still pushed the pace, but we were smart with our shots and our pacing. So, yeah, it was a good quarter. We were patient and cut it to 4 and made it a game.
Well, you guys, as you mentioned, were able to play full court, but then you ran your half-court offense and were able to get some good motion out of that. Guys were cutting, screening, and getting to the open areas and really getting high percentage shots there, too.
Yeah, that's the key with our offense. We have a lot of freedom in it, but if we're not hitting the guys, the other team, with screens, we're not going to get the looks. In the second quarter, you're right. We got that going pretty good, and that was one of the faults later in the third quarter that they hurt us and got a big deficit.
Yeah, and you guys, of course, went it down by 4, but then they came out, went on a little bit of a run to start the third, but you guys just seemed like you got to be playing more fast than you want to play normally, and then when they got that double-digit lead, it just seemed like your guys just couldn't get out of their own way after that.
Yeah, we're playing fast, taking quick shots, and that's just not who we are and what we want to do. And then, of course, you look at the scoreboard, they're like, well, we got to go, and we just kind of got stuck in that rut. And they got fouling a little bit, and the score ended up being a lot worse than what the game actually was.
Yeah, they got to the line a lot. Good thing was they didn't make as many as you would like to see from their point of view, but at the same time, you had a lot of foul trouble to deal with, and then had to get some guys in there just because of that situation.
Yeah, they're a physical bunch, and we tried to match that and just got in foul trouble, so it made it even tougher on us to make that comeback. But we hung in there for the most part.
And one good thing was you saw a lot of different guys get a chance to take the floor, and just about everybody contributed positively in some way. And so even though it kind of snowballed on you guys with the way the score went, you guys still had a lot of positives to take out of it.
Yeah, we went pretty well 8 deep, and a lot of those guys did a lot of good things, like you said. And some of them you don't see on the court, and then you go look at stat sheet. Man, that was a pretty impressive game. Hayden Hayden being one of those. He put up another 10 assists night. I think he was the top efficiency guy, so of course we get frustrated with him at times, but man, he does a lot of good out there for us.
And you guys were also able to, I mean, we talked about the high percentage shots, but you guys didn't settle too much from behind the arc. Even though the shots weren't going in from inside, you still attacked, and that had to be a positive to see that against a physical team like Heritage Hills.
Yeah, for sure. That's when we're at our best. We're shooting layups and threes, and of course I'm a three-point shooter. I love it, but there's a lot of times we need to drive, and get it in the paint. That's got to be a focus of ours like we did in the first game.
Well, and this week the weather has come into factor with the winter air coming in, and then you've had the snow come in as well. So it's affected your guys' schedule, but at least you've had some time to kind of get in and practice and get ready for this weekend.
Yeah, we had the day off Tuesday. Weren't able to get in and practice, but that's okay. Sometimes the day off, let our bodies heal. It's not the end of the world, but we got them in twice, got them in early Thursday morning and stayed after school, so we got our work in, for sure.
And you guys, of course, have just this game tonight. Corydon's got a doubleheader to be concerned with, so everything for you guys as far as your focus is on tonight in this rivalry matchup.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been our focus, in the summer. Everything about Corydon, so, of course, we scouted the games that we've seen, and, these guys, we've known them 2 or 3 years, so we've got a good game plan for them.
Well, as you know, obviously in this rivalry, everybody knows everybody. Competed coming up through elementary, junior high, middle school, and now into high school as well. So there's really a lot of familiarity, and these guys have kind of built that rivalry throughout their careers too.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows everybody. They know their tendencies, so sometimes it can get into a little bit of a rock fight. And, we've been there before, so that's okay.
Well, of course, too, with this Panther team, they bring a lot of athleticism to the floor. Even though they're not the tallest team, they still have some length and athleticism too. So as you scouted Corydon, what are some things that jump out to you about what they bring to the table?
Yeah, just what you were saying, for sure. A lot of talent on the perimeter and on the inside. Just watching them warm up here. Yeah, they're not the tallest, but 4 or 5 of them are dunking it on right here. So they've got the athleticism. Of course, it all starts with Grant and Jack out there, and then the wing, Devin. You have to get out on him, man. When he sees one go through, it's dangerous. So, and I think he's improved a lot with his mobility this year. You can see it. So they're a dangerous bunch.
And obviously, Ross, of their first 2 games, they have really locked down and played great defense against Seymour and Lanesville. They've had stretches where they've forced those teams into droughts while they went on some big runs as well. It looks like that's one aspect of the team that's improved even over last year.
Yeah, the defense is sticky. What are they giving up, 35 and 31, something around there. Yeah. So we know we've got to have a good offense, run it the way we need to, and push when we can to get good looks. But, yeah, it's going to be a tall task with their defense.
Well, of course, too, with the way that they've been defending, they've been rebounding well. I'm sure that's something you all have really circled this week as well.
Oh, yeah, they've got some, like we said, athleticism and length, so we've got to block out Vessel, Groover, a couple other guys, making a point of blocking them out. because we can't lose the boards.
Obviously, I know we talked about turnovers before Heritage Hills. It wasn't too bad, although second half you had a few moments here and there, but I know that's another thing you're going to be looking at tonight, too.
That's a big focus. It's not that we're getting pressed and we're throwing it away. It's more just mental half-court errors that we got to clean up. But, yeah, it's not the biggest problem we've had so far, but it's one we can still do a lot better with.
And as far as the Cougars go tonight for this rivalry, everybody available, ready to go tonight?
Yep, we're all here and healthy, ready to go.
Sounds good. Ross, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game with Corydon Central here at home tonight.
Thanks, David. Have a good night.
All right, Ross Schultz joining us here at our Davis Creststone pregame show. We've got the starters coming up after the break, and you're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
The lights are down. It's a great crowd tonight. The blue and white to our left, and to our right, the black and gold. Even a little red mixed in, because if you're an IU fan, you know that tomorrow's a big day in Indianapolis for the Hoosier basketball and football teams. And we'll talk about that later. But first, let's go through tonight's starters. First, for the Corydon Central Panthers, who are 2-0, coming in, averaging 65 and giving up 33 on average in the first two games. They'll go with their same starters from the first two outings. Grant Lindemann, 5'11", and a junior at guard, averaging 20.5 points and 3 assists per game. Devin Murphy will join him in the backcourt, the 6'2 senior, 12 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. In the front court, Ben Gruber, 6'3", and a junior, 3 points total with 5 rebounds and 5 assists so far. The other forward is JoJo McCarty, 6'1", and a junior, 4 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. The third guard, Jack Fessel, 6'4", and a senior, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals per game. The Panthers are 2-0. Head coach Joseph Hinton is in his 7th year as the head coach of the Panthers. Their record 84-62. For the Cougars of North Harrison, 1-1 so far, averaging 65, allowing 65.5. They'll go with 3 guards. Caden Hain, 5'11", and a senior, 5 points, averaging 10 assists per game. Logan Hune, 5'10", and a senior, 14.5 points per game. Talon Lewis, 6'1", and a junior, 7.5 points per game. The forwards are Dawson Sen, 6 foot and a senior, 8 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. And Bryce Fessel at 5'11", and a senior, 9 points and 4 rebounds per game. The Cougars head coach Ross Schultz in his 3rd year, their record 9-38 with Coach Schultz. Here's a near steal. Talon Lewis knocks it toward the sideline, saves it right back to Grant Lindemann. After the Panthers won the tip, gets it inside, and JoJo McCarty lays it in from the left side of the basket for Corydon Central. The Panthers on the board quickly here on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. They are going away from us here from the east balcony here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. The Cougars are coming toward us here in the first half. North Harrison in the home white uniforms as they work it around the perimeter. Ball gets knocked away. Hain tried to throw it to Lewis on the left wing, but it got knocked back. Sen gets into the backcourt, gets it back for the Cougars. Fessel bounces to the baseline to Hain, saves it right back to Bryce after he lost it in the corner. Now Dawson Sen has it just below the timeline on the right. Dawson takes it top of the key, slides it left out to the corner for a 3. Hune misses that one long, and the weak side rebound to Devin Murphy of the Panthers. Here comes Corydon. Devin Murphy to the right wing. Panthers in the road black uniforms tonight. White letters and numbers trimmed in old gold. Old gold trim around the collar and the shoulders. The old gold thick stripe going down the side of the uniform with the Black Panther head on both sides of the bottom of the shorts. North Harrison in the home white uniforms as a foul is called away from the basketball on the Panthers. An offensive foul with 6:41 to go here in the first quarter. Ben Gruber called for the illegal screen, and that'll be the first on Ben tonight. That'll be the team's first as well. The Cougars are in their road or home white uniforms with the blue letters and numbers, North and block letters over the number, Harrison below the number on the front of the jersey, gray trim around the collar and the shoulders with the blue field on the back of the jersey above the shoulders, Cougars and blue letters above the number. They also have the blue stripe that goes thin with gray on both sides down to the bottom of the shorts with the block NH on both sides. Hune fires a 17-footer off the movement, misses it from the right wing, rebound to Jack Fessel. Cougars 0 for 2 to start, down 2-0, 6:14 and counting here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard in front of a great crowd here tonight. McCarty gets it from Fessel from left to right, goes the sideline to Lindemann right in front of the North Harrison bench. Lindemann down to the corner out to Gruber, 15-footer right side, off the heel of the rim, and Hain is underneath the basket to get the rebound. Caden runs it ahead to Hune, right wing. Gets it down low to Lewis, turns around, gets the shot up, and rolls around the rim 3 times and falls in. Talon Lewis ties it up at 2 apiece with the basket. Hain finding him down in the paint off the passing. Lindemann walks it across midcourt, across the blue and H, over to Murphy on the right side. Back to Lindemann. Fessel with it now on the right perimeter. Jack drives it baseline. He's cut off, and there will be a bump called there on the North Harrison defense, and this will be on Dawson Sen. Dawson will pick up his first. That'll be the team's first of the night with 5:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Tied at 2 in this rivalry matchup.
Good basketball game.
Great atmosphere tonight. Great crowd. A lot of people from both sides. There's a lot of blue and white and a lot of black and gold, but there's a lot of red sprinkled throughout the crowd with the IU contingency. Everybody's excited about Saturday in Indianapolis for the Hoosiers. But tonight, this is exciting right here. Good start for both teams. There's Fessel, turnaround shot on the block. Missed it. Gruber with the offensive rebound. Ben sticks it back up and in off the right side of the glass. And the Panthers back out in front, 4-2. Here come the Cougars the other way. Sen at the top of the key, dribbling around Devin Murphy, giving him a little bit too much contact there with the hand check. The foul on Devin Murphy will be his first, and that's 2 now on the Panthers here with 5:18 remaining in the opening quarter. It's a very good atmosphere. Both student sections on their feet. Corydon's is right behind their bench. The North Harrison student section right below us where they normally are. The inbound to Logan Hune, gives it to Hain. He misses the 3 right at the top of the key. A bunch of Corydon players in there to rebound around Talon Lewis in front of the basket, and Grant Lindemann's the one who comes out of there with the rebound. Grant will walk it across midcourt. Dribbles top of the key, crossover, pulls up for the 3, missed it off the front of the rim. Gruber with the offensive rebound around the free throw line, out to Murphy. His 3 off the heel of the rim, right at the top of the key. McCarty gets the rebound on the left elbow, and the Panthers reset. Out front with it is Fessel. Hands it to Grant Lindemann, who comes to get it from the left. Grant dribbles right, bounces it to Murphy on the wing. Devin Murphy dribbling out now to the spike line with 4:35 and counting here in the first quarter. 4-2, Corydon Central leading North Harrison. Here's McCarty driving left, layup, can't get it to go. And Caden Hain is going to be called for the foul on the bump as he knocked JoJo to the ground there on that layup attempt. The second foul on the Cougars here in the early going, and the first on Caden Hain. 2 shots coming for JoJo McCarty. Has not been to the free throw line all season until just now. He's a 6'1 junior. First free throw on the way. He rimmed that one, no good. He'll have one more shot coming. He got a basket to start the game off for the Panthers. JoJo may be listed at 6'1, but he plays bigger than that.
Yeah, he does. He jumped well.
Very good athlete, very strong. Second free throw is good. Played tight end for Luke Keller on the football team this year after starting the year at wide receiver. And Coach Keller said, you know what, if I give him something to do, he does it. Here's Sen getting it to the right side, kicks it out to the corner to Hune. Nice cut down low to Hain. He lays it in, and he gets the foul with payback on JoJo McCarty from the other end of the floor. JoJo's going to be called for the personal this time. That'll be the first on McCarty. That'll be the team's third on the Panthers. Nice job by the Cougars running their offense, getting the cut to Hain, who came from the left side to the right side of the lane. He can tie it if Caden can make this. This one rims halfway down, pops out. Gruber is able to secure the rebound under the rim. 5-4 Panthers. 4:09 left here as we get to the halfway point of the opening quarter. Lindemann to Murphy, right sideline up ahead. In between the circles to Fessel. It's McCarty with it left wing down to the corner. Open Murphy 3, and he hit it. He usually only needs to see one go in. And Devin Murphy with his first points of the night. 8-4 Panthers. Hune gets it on the other end. Hits a 3. Hain finding him in the left corner for that shot. And that cuts the lead back to 1 at 8-7. Been a well-played game so far. Lindemann gives it to Murphy, right wing in the front court, straight away to Gruber, back to Grant on the left wing. He'll take it to the free throw line, bounces it to McCarty, short corner left, out to the wing again, now Fessel with it. Jack slides it over right side to Lindemann. Down low to Groover. Groover one-on-one with Hain. Throws it to McCarty. Pass deflected. Hain gets it. Tries to run with it. Gives it to Hune. Spots up. Right wing three on the way. Hit the back of the rim. Rebound. McCarty had it, but he got tied up there along the baseline. The Panther fans don't like the call. It looked like Caden might have been out of bounds, but the tie-up, according to the official, occurred before that, and it'll be North Harrison basketball after the scramble there. Nice hustle there from Caden Hain. Caden to the inbounder from the tee of North on the left baseline, out to Logan Hune in the corner. Now back out to Dawson Sen at the spike line on the left. Dawson down to the free throw line, dribbles down into the paint, turns, doesn't have anything, tries to get it out, does so to Bryce Fessel, right wing extended. Out to the circle to Lewis. Now Hain controls it at the left side volleyball line. Caden telling everybody, let's settle down now with less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Panthers lead North Harrison 8-7. Nice spin move from Hain. Goes up with a shot. Rolls off the rim. Sen with the putback from the right side after he gathered it under the basket. And the Cougars have their first lead of the night, 9-8. 2:36 and counting here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's Fessel controlling in the front court. Throws it to Murphy. Ball deflected away. Hune got a piece of it. Jack gets it back. Goes back left wing to McCarty. JoJo will send it back out to Murphy next to the volleyball line on the left. Devin will take it to the top of the arc now. He'll dribble between the legs. One-on-one with Hune. Fadeaway jumper. Missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound tip. And Bryce Fessel comes up with it left side of the basket. Murphy playing the ISO ball. Didn't work out for him there as we get down to 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cougars up 9-8 on the Panthers. A pass into Sen, deflected away. Dawson gets it back, goes to Hain inside. Ball gets deflected away again. Caden picks it up in the right corner. Sends it out between the circles now to Logan Hune. Hune settles it, gives it up to Caden along the sideline right in front of the North Harrison student section with 1:45 and the clock ticking here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hain one-on-one with JoJo McCarty. Takes it down to the right corner, sends it out top to Hune, around to the left corner to Sen. Dawson drives, lays it up, and it rolls in. Dawson Sen's got 4. The Cougars showing no fear against their county and conference rivals so far. 11-8 North Harrison. Lindemann with the okey-doke drops it down low to Groover. Layup, missed everything from the left side, and it's Lewis who gets the rebound on the right side of the basket. A little too much exuberance on that shot as we get down to the final minute of the first quarter. Lewis gets the bounce pass right of the or left of the top of the key from Hain, backs it out between the rings now. Lewis crosses over, spins into the paint, throws up the floater, got it to go. Talon Lewis has 4 points just like that. 13-8, 50 seconds to go first quarter. The Panther defense getting taken apart right now with this North Harrison offense.
North Harrison's executing really well.
Murphy down low to Fessel, right block on the cut, and a holding foul is going to be called on the Cougars. Jack got double-teamed between Dawson Sen and Caden Hain, and unfortunately it looks like Caden's going to pick up his second personal foul. Hudson Withers was about to come into the game, and the official said, not so fast, I haven't let you in yet. The foul will be whistled on the Cougars, and this will be the second on Dawson Sen. Bad news for North Harrison early on. Team's third, and again, that's 2 now on Dawson. So Ross Schultz has a decision to make here. He'll send Garrett Tucker in, and Dawson will come out. Hudson Withers is in. Ben Groover checks out for Corydon Central. Garrett Tucker in for the Cougars, 6-foot sophomore, 5 points, 3.5 rebounds in the first 2 games on average. Withers, 6'1 junior, 4.5 points on average in the first 2 games. Inbound to McCarty right side, left wing to Withers, and his 3 rattles in. Hudson Withers right off the bench and right away with the 3. 13-11, 25 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. And what's been a great matchup so far, a drive for Hain down the middle, draws contact. He was about to kick it out to an open Bryce Fessel in the left corner. And as the ball got there, Grant Lindemann will be called for the hand check there. The foul on the junior guard, Grant Lindemann, will be his first, team's 4th. 22.3 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Garrett Tucker gets the inbound top of the key. Got the mask on tonight over to Hune, right corner. That 3 is off the back of the rim. Fessel skies up to get the rebound in the paint. Runs it ahead. Throws it out to Withers. Left corner 3 is up. He missed it off the back of the rim. Lewis able to get the open rebound in the short corner on the right. Gets it back to Hain. Up ahead to Tucker. Garrett takes it in. Puts up the shot off the glass. Rattles it in at the end of the first quarter. It's been a thrilling start to this one. North Harrison with the lead at the end of the opening quarter, 15-11 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we're off to a raucous start here in Ramsey. The Cougars out to a 15-11 lead at the end of the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Panthers will start the second quarter with the basketball. Jack Fessel, Hudson Withers, Grant Lindeman, JoJo McCarty, and Devin Murphy on the floor. The Cougars start off with Hain, Hune, Fessel, Tucker, and Lewis to start the second quarter here in Ramsey. Withers has it between the circles, throws a low pass to Lindeman, able to get it away before Lewis could steal it. Lindeman into the lane, throws up the floater, left it short, and Grant not able to get to it before it goes out of bounds. Looked like Grant was just a little indecisive about what he was going to do. Don't see that from him very often, but Talon Lewis did a good job defending there.
He did have a guy that he could have got the ball to. I didn't see who it was, but I think that was his hesitation that cost him.
Other way, a layup, and that's missed. Fessel can't get that to go. Then we've got a jump ball on the rebound. The Corydon fans, again, don't like the call. Fessel got tied up. Garrett Tucker was able to do that. And unfortunately for the Panthers, they've lost 2 jump balls already tonight to the Cougars. 7:32 to go here, early second quarter. The inbound will come from Caden Hain between the T and the H of North on the left baseline. He'll lob it out to Logan Hune, half-court circle. Logan throws it over to Lewis on the left wing. Back to Hain now at the volleyball spike line, left side. Lindeman out there guarding, man-to-man defense for the Panthers. Hain gets it, kicks it into the corner. Lewis for 3 off the front of the rim. Hune with the offensive rebound free throw line goes out to the left wing. 15-footers off the back of the rim, and JoJo McCarty hauls in the rebound for Corydon Central. Back the other way now, McCarty takes it to the left wing. JoJo dribbles to the baseline and able to get it back out to Lindeman left wing. To the high post to Fessel, just below the top of the arc. Jack turns into the lane. Double team. Fessel, or Hain tried to take it, but Caden's going to be called for a foul. I thought maybe they called the tie-up, but I guess he got a piece of the arm while he was trying to get a hold of the basketball, and that's not going to work out well for the Cougars. That's 2 on Caden. And that'll be the team's first here in the second quarter.
Looks like he ripped the ball clean, but I can see where they could call it either way, though.
Grabbed just a piece of the arm and off the inbound. And see if there was a shot attempt there.
There was a shot, and it fell short. Got knocked out of bounds.
McCarty missing that one for the Panthers. Corydon just 4 of 11 shooting in the first quarter. North Harrison, 7 out of 13. The other way, Hune, oh, what a fake out there in the left corner. His 3 is an air ball, though. Tucker gets the rebound, spins it back off the glass. It rolls around the rim and in. Garrett Tucker with his 4th point of the night. He's come out ready to play tonight. Looks much more poised than he did on Saturday against Heritage Hills. The foul is going to be the second now on JoJo McCarty of the Panthers. That'll be the team's first here in quarter number 2. Ben Gruber will come off the bench, replacing JoJo in the lineup. The Panthers now have Hudson Withers, Devin Murphy, Grant Lindeman, Jack Fessel, and Ben Gruber. Garrett Tucker at the line for the Cougars. His first free throw of the season is off the back of the rim, and the rebound, Grant Lindeman, right side of the lane. Brings it up the right side of the floor in his front court. Lost the ball on his way toward the paint. Gets it back in the right corner. Goes out to Gruber with it, back to Lindeman again, right wing. Lindeman slides it to the middle at the free throw line. Back out to Fessel to Lindeman for the 3. Contested. Missed it back rim. Lewis, right side of the basket for the rebound. Panthers now 4 of 14 shooting early on. Caden Hain, Garrett Tucker, Talon Lewis, Bryce Fessel, and Logan Hune make up the 5 for North Harrison right now. 6:09 and counting second. Here's Tucker. He's feeling it. The 3 off the back of the rim from the right wing. Fessel with the rebound. He'll run it back the other way. Jack takes it top of the key. Lost the ball, and then before Caden Hain could recover it, oh, man, now that was off the Cougars. Yeah, there was no doubt the official was going to give it to Corydon, but there was no doubt Caden got a piece of it as it rolled out of bounds.
The other official said, no. It's a good thing he turned his collar around on that one.
The Corydon fans may have actually come unglued if that had stayed the way it was.
That one was real obvious that it went off of North Harrison.
Inbound to Murphy. Fakes. Doesn't have the 3. Gets the ball knocked loose, but there's a reach-in foul. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty obvious there. Logan trying to take it away. I understand. Look, give the kid credit for trying, but it just didn't go. He made way too much contact there. Didn't go the way he thought it would. That foul will be the first on Hune, and that'll be the team's second here in the second quarter with 5:57 to go. Groover will be the inbounder as Talon Lewis and Bryce Fessel check out. Corey Burson is in for the first time for North Harrison, 6'4" and a junior. Corey's averaging 12.5 points and 6.5 rebounds in the first 2 games. Dawson Sen, even with the 2 fouls, is back out there, along with Tucker, Hain, and Hune for the Cougars. For the Panthers, it'll stay Lindemann, Fessel, Withers, Murphy, and Groover on the floor right now. Ben, the inbounder, next to the North Harrison bench. And we've got an offensive foul away from the pass. It was going to Lindemann in the backcourt. And it's going to be Hudson Withers who will be called for the foul here. I guess Hudson tried to screen there, and I guess he was moving or made too much contact there.
Some frustration there, I think, too. This is a really intense basketball game. This game is really well played.
North Harrison has risen to the occasion so far.
Yes, they've
matched Corydon's energy, and their defense has actually been really good so far here in the early going. But
they've been impressive at this point.
But we know that this Panther team can turn it around. They did it at Seymour after a slow start.
They can absolutely explode at any time if you let them.
Hain has it below the timeline, goes to Tucker right wing. Garrett down to the corner to Corey Burson. Burson out between the circles to Sen. Back to Hain now on the right side of the volleyball spike line. 5:19, clock rolling here, first quarter, 17-11 Cougars. Hain taking it down into the Cougar head. They're above the free throw line. And he draws contact. Yet another foul will be called here on Corydon Central. This will be on Jack Fessel. That'll be the first on Jack tonight, the senior at 6'3" or 6'4". And that'll be the team's third. Hunter Seacat checks in as Hudson Withers comes in. Hunter is a 6'1" junior, 2 points and 2 rebounds in the early going of the first 2 games. The inbound from Hain from the tee of North Harrison on the left baseline. Out to Tucker just below the timeline on the left. Hain comes to get it at the spike line. Ben Groover all over him. Ben, though, has got a foul already, throws a pass, does Hain down to Tucker, but Lindemann in the paint takes it away. Grant gets it stripped from behind. Hune then gets it taken away. Groover stealing it at the right wing. Back out to Murphy at the spike line to Lindemann. Long 3, and it rattled in for Grant Lindemann about 28 feet away beyond the arc. Cuts the lead down to 3, 17-14 North Harrison. 4:44 to go second quarter. Here is Sen to Tucker, front court right side. Slides it around left, bounces to Hune on the wing. Logan takes it to the free throw line, straight away to Hain. Fakes, fires a contested jumper free throw line, missed it off the glass, gets it back, goes down low to Burson, and he lays it in. Corey Burson with his first 2 of the night off the Hain miss. Quickly the other way, Lindemann 3, hit it from the right wing. Grant Lindemann's made back-to-back trays. He's got 6. The lead has been trimmed to 2 at 19-17, 4:13 and counting here in the second quarter. Offense woke up the last couple possessions. Up with it is Hain to the left wing, to Burson between the rings now. Corey looking inside, nothing there. He'll back it out to the half-court circle. Hain trying to come to get it, but it's on the handoff. Lindemann gets in there to knock it loose, steals it, lays it up, can't get it to go. Fessel with the tip in, front of the rim right behind Grant, and that ties it. And then a foul was called to the backcourt right after that. Grant missed the layup from the right side. Jack Fessel came flying in from behind to get the tip in for his first basket of the night. And then Grant called for the personal foul in the backcourt. A little too much enthusiasm there. That'll be the second on Grant. Team's 4th of the quarter. Timeout on the floor. 3:49 to go, second quarter. We're tied at 19 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
North Harrison had a 17-11 lead, but the Panthers have exploded for an 8-2 run and have tied this at 19 apiece. Our second tie of the game. Sen quickly to the basket out of the timeout, and he lays it in. He went uncontested down the left side of the lane. Dawson's got 6. He leads the Cougars in scoring, and they've got the lead right back at 21-19. Every time Corydon has had a surge, they've had an answer. Sen almost stole it from Fessel on the pass down to the right baseline. Jack gets it back, drives left, lays it in, and draws the contact there. And the foul was going to be whistled on the Cougars. Ryland Shank checked in during that North Harrison timeout, the 6'3 senior who's averaging 4 points per contest. That's the first on Ryland. And that'll be the third of the quarter on the Cougars.
That's really difficult to stop when he gets in the paint. He's just so athletic and he jumps so high.
That free throw misses back rim, and then there's a foul on the rebound that'll be whistled on Corydon Central. I think that might be the second on Ben Gruber. It is. Ben trying to get after the basketball, and that's the 5th foul of the quarter on the Panthers, so it's double bonus for the rest of the quarter now. Both teams have had limited chances at the stripe so far, meaning the free throw line. The Panthers are 1 out of 3 so far. The Cougars are 0 for 2. Panthers have shot 77% as a team, 17-22 in the first 2 games. The Cougars 54%, 21 out of 39 in the first 2 games. Corey Burson will step to the free throw line. We have a little bit of a conference with the scorers table right now because Evan Bennett checked in a little too early, and so had to get that straightened out. Got a good scorers table tonight down there too. No matter which, anytime we come to North Harrison and Corydon, we know they're going to do a good job with that. Free throw, Burson rims it. No good. The lefty had it around the cylinder, fell out. Evan Bennett in for the first time. He'll replace Ben Gruber for the Panthers. Evan is a 6'4 junior. He has scored 5 points and grabbed 2 rebounds in the first 2 outings for the Panthers. Burson's second one on the way, knocks that in, and the Cougars notch ahead, 22-21. Corey's got 3 here in the early going. He's out there with Talon Lewis, Dawson Sen, Bryce Fessel, and Ryland Shank. The Panthers, meanwhile, Grant Lindemann, Jack Fessel, Devin Murphy, Evan Bennett, and Hunter Seacat, who catches it right elbow, drives inside, lays it up, and got it to go. First lead change since near the end of the first quarter. Seacat's first 2 of the night. The lead is Corydon's now at 23-22, 2:54 left here in the second quarter. Lewis to Sen, right wing in the front court, short corner down to Burson. Back out to Dawson, fires a 3, right wing, missed it off the left side of the rim, and Bennett is in there to haul in the rebound. Evan gets it to Lindemann, up the floor to Seacat, right corner. Takes it baseline, throws it to nobody in particular. Lewis comes out of there with it. Talon running the other way. What a move that was. He missed the layup off the back rim, overextended just a little bit, and the ball goes off of Devin Murphy out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars. Once again, the Panther student section did not like the call, but it will stay with North Harrison with 2:30 to go here in the second quarter. Hudson Withers set to check back in for Corydon Central. Hudson will come in for Hunter Seacat. The Cougars will inbound under their own basket from the second R of Harrison on the right baseline. It's Bryce Fessel to do the honors. Throws it to Shank on the left baseline. Ryland gets inside, lost the ball. Lindemann fell down on his way in, but a turnover. Shank lost it to Fessel, to Murphy. Long three right side, hits it off the front of the rim. Rebound tipped, and it was Shank who had it, and then there's going to be another foul whistled here on the Panthers. Shank had the rebound. There was a heavy contest, and that's going to be on Grant Lindemann, and that's going to be his third. His grandmother doesn't like the call.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, Grandma Conrad didn't like that very much.
Well,
that does hurt, though.
Yeah.
That's 3 on Grant, and he's your point guard, your primary point guard, I should say. Talon Lewis will go to the line for 2 shots, so this must have been away from the rebound that Shank had there. Talon at the line, 7 out of 8 on the young season. First trip tonight. He knocks that one in. They needed that one. The Cougars tie it at 23. It is our third tie already. We got the Conrad and Lindemann family sitting right there in the middle section. I'm looking for Coach Conrad, and I do not see him. He must be up in the balcony tonight. I saw him walking up the stairs earlier. Second free throw is good. Talon's got 6, and the Cougars have the lead back at 24-23. His mom, Grant's mom, Holly, is up there. His younger sister also up there in the stands as well, supporting him tonight. Murphy gets into the corner 3, and he buries that one.
he got open.
Devin,
Look out.
nice head fake there to let the defender go by, and the Cougars trail 26-24. Here's Sen driving under the basket. Scoops it off to Burson down low. Goes up, got it taken away from him. Hudson Withers got it on the right block. Hudson dribbling toward the paint. And a foul is going to be called, the hand check. Too much there coming from the defender, and that being Talon Lewis. Talon's going to pick up the personal this time. That's 1 on Talon so far. That'll be the team's 4th of the quarter. And no free throws coming. Shank and Burson are out of the contest as Garrett Tucker and Caden Hain have checked back in, joining Bryce Fessel, Talon Lewis, and Dawson Sen with 1:39 left here in the second. Corydon Central 26 and North Harrison 24. Fessel crosses over, kicks it to Murphy, right corner 3. That one off the back of the rim, but Seacat back in there, gets the rebound underneath the basket left side. Out to Fessel left wing, drives in, throws one up. It hits the right side of the glass. Lewis grabbed the rebound, and then he fell down with nobody there to touch him, and that'll be a turnover right back over to Corydon Central. They just let Talon go to the ground. It was a good move from the Panthers not to try to get anybody there to help out. Withers inbounds it to Fessel on the left wing. Up top to Murphy. Devin has it. Good job by Fessel guarding him. Back to Jack Fessel on the left wing. Jack turns. 12-foot shot. Air ball that one. It was heavily contested. Bennett gets the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Jack. Now Murphy has it at the spike line on the left to Seacat right side. Over to Withers for a 3. Missed it right wing. Off back rim. Murphy, another offensive rebound. Goes back up. Can't get it to go. Withers saves it under the basket. Gets it out to Bennett in the paint. He throws up a shot. Draws contact. And a foul is going to be whistled. And that is going to be the 5th on the Cougars here in the second quarter with 53.5 seconds to go. How many chances could Corydon Central have gotten there? Second foul on Talon Lewis. 2 shots coming up. Evan Bennett will step to the free throw line for Corydon Central. First free throw of the season. He hits it off the back rim and it falls in. He actually was 2 out of 2. I stand corrected coming in. He's now 3 of 3 after he made that first free throw, and the Panthers' lead is 3 at 27-24. Murphy will go back the other way with it. They'll be back to set up on defense here. Second free throw off the mark. Bennett goes 1 of 2 on the trip. Sen with the rebound. Dawson brings it up the left side to Lewis on the wing. Down low to Tucker, layup. Not there, but a foul from behind, and that will be whistled on Hudson Withers, and that's going to be 2 on him now. Hudson just got called for his second. He joins Ben Gruber, JoJo McCarty with 2 fouls. Grant Lindemann, of course, has 3 so far. Very seldom do you see the Panthers get into this kind of foul trouble over the last couple seasons. And Garrett Tucker will step to the line. He'll have 2 shots. He missed his first attempt on a 3-point play attempt earlier in the quarter. 3-point lead for the Panthers. Garrett misses the first free throw off the back of the rim. He'll have another shot coming up, and he'll try to cut this down to a 2-point deficit. Panthers will stick with Withers, Bennett, Murphy, Seacat, and Fessel. Second free throw for Garrett Tucker. He rims it in. 5 now for Garrett. Timeout. Panthers call it with 43.9 seconds to go until halftime. 27-25. Corydon Central up by a bucket. You're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison boys basketball. You're on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
43.9 seconds remaining until halftime. It's Corydon Central 27, North Harrison 25, and what has been a tremendously contested game so far between these two county and conference rivals. Jack Fessel out of the timeout, brings it up the floor, takes it right wing. Bryce Fessel doing a good job guarding, but Jack will take it right by him, and he lays it in. That looked way too easy.
He's such a good athlete. He made that look simple. And it wasn't.
It's not easy for anybody ordinarily, but for Jack, he makes it look easy. Hain gets it in the front court, has it to Lewis right wing, now up to Tucker, who's a little further up the wing with 14 seconds to go. Throws a pass to Hain. He gets it knocked away from him. Stolen Bennett. Here comes Fessel. It'll just lay it in over the right side of the rim. He's got 8 all of a sudden. The lead is 6. 2 seconds ago, Murphy intercepts a pass. Half-court shot will hit the top of the backboard to close out the first half of play. But the Panthers went on a spurt there at the end of the first half. After falling behind a couple of times there at the end, they went on a nice run to close out the first half, and they are in the lead at halftime here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. We will have our halftime report coming up on the other side of this break. First half stats along with the analysis. And if we have time, we'll try to take you around the area for scores from other games. All of that coming up at halftime. It's Corydon Central leading at halftime 31-25 over North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Well, we have reached halftime in what has been an energetic and hard-fought first half in this annual county and conference showdown between the Corydon Central Panthers and the North Harrison Cougars. We're glad to have you riding along with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton. And tonight, it has been a back-and-forth contest. 4 lead changes and 3 ties so far. And it is the Corydon Central Panthers who have come out on top so far through the first 2 quarters of play, using a run that ended up let's see, they were down, I think, at one juncture, down one a couple of times, kind of traded the lead there in the second quarter, but Corydon ended the half on a 10-3 run, and Jack Fessel spurred that run for this Corydon Central team. They lead 31-25 here at halftime inside the Cougar Den here in Ramsey. Let's go over the scoring and shooting numbers for the two teams here so far in the first half. And we'll start with the visitors tonight, Corydon Central, who have the lead so far. Believe it or not, Jack Fessel is the leading scorer going into halftime. He didn't score any points in the first quarter, was held quiet, but he really got going in that second quarter of play. Had to give his team a boost, and he did exactly that. Jack had 8 points, all on twos, including a steal and a breakaway finger roll over the right side of the rim there to close out that second quarter. So Jack is leading actually all scorers so far with his 8 points here in the first 2 quarters of play. Grant Lindemann buried a couple of trays in the second quarter. He's got 6 points, but Grant is also fighting foul trouble, 3 personal fouls in that first half of play. Very uncharacteristic of the junior guard to be in foul trouble, at least to that capacity, after one half. Devin Murphy also has made a couple of trays. He made one in the first quarter, and then he buried another one in the second quarter. So Murphy has 6 points, joining Lindemann with that amount so far in the first half. On the other, as far as the rest of the Panthers go, JoJo McCarty has 3 points. He had all that in the first quarter on one basket, the first basket of the game, as a matter of fact. And then he made 1 of 2 free throws later in the quarter. So JoJo's got 3. Hudson Withers made a 3 in the first quarter right after he came into the contest. Hudson so far has 3 points in the first half. Meantime, Ben Groover got a basket in the first quarter. He's got 2 points. Hunter Seacat getting a 2-point basket to go in the second quarter for his scoring in the first half. And then Evan Bennett, coming off the bench, got fouled, made 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Bennett with 1 point so far. All 7 Panthers who have played have also, or all 8 Panthers, I should say, have scored that have gotten into the contest so far. Shooting has not been great for Corydon Central. 4 of 11 in the first quarter, 8 of 17 in the second quarter. So far, the Panthers are 12 out of 28 shooting in the first half. That's good for 43%. 3-point shooting, 2 of 5 in the first quarter, 3 out of 6 in the second quarter. The Panthers are 5 out of 11 so far, good for 45%. And then as far as free throws go, the Panthers are just 2 out of 5 at the stripe. They came in 77% on the season. They're just 2 out of 5 so far for 40%. For the North Harrison Cougars, a balanced effort on their side so far. Talon Lewis and Dawson Center, the co-leaders, with 6 points in the first half. Talon had 4 in the first quarter with a pair of free throws in the second quarter. And then Dawson sent a couple of baskets going downhill in the first quarter. He got to the rim again in the second quarter and got another layup, pretty much uncontested, to get him to 6 in that first half of play. Meantime, Garrett Tucker came off the bench and gave the Cougars a boost. He's got 5. He got a bucket there in the first quarter off a nice pass from Caden Hain. Another basket for 2 in the second quarter, and 1 out of 3 on free throws in total for Garrett, who has 5. Logan Hune got a 3 in the first quarter. He's got 3 in the first half so far. Corey Burson, 3 points in the second quarter off a basket. Another assist from Hain down low. Burson laid it in, and then he was able to make 1 out of 2 free throws to get him to 3 points. Caden Hain got a basket there in the first quarter, driving down to the rim. He's got 2 points to round out the scoring. Bryce Fessel and Ryland Shank have seen time. They've not scored, but they have done other things like rebound, and they've played well on the defensive end for the Cougars. 7 out of 13 shooting in the first quarter, but they dropped off to 3 of 10 in the second quarter. So far, North Harrison has knocked down just 10 out of 23 shots through the first 2 quarters of play, and that is good so far for 43% shooting. The Cougars have struggled from beyond the arc so far. They're 1 out of 5 in the first quarter, 0 for 3 in the second quarter, just 1 out of 8, 13% so far in the first 2 quarters. Free throw shooting, 0 for 1 in the first quarter, 4 of 7 in the second. They are 4 out of 8 at the free throw line for 50%. The Cougars led 15-11 at the first quarter turn, but the Panthers surged with that 10-3 run to close out the half and outscored North Harrison 20-10 in that second quarter to take the lead at 31-25 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The rebounding goes to the Panthers so far, 14-11 over the Cougars. Leading the way so far, Jack Fessel with 3 rebounds, all of those on the defensive side of the floor. Grant Lindeman, Devin Murphy, JoJo McCarty, and Ben Gruber have all collected 2 rebounds, as has Evan Bennett. Gruber has 2 offensive rebounds. Murphy and McCarty both have 1. Seacat and Bennett also have an offensive rebound apiece so far. 14 rebounds and 6 on the offensive glass for the Panthers. On North Harrison's side, 11 rebounds. Talon Lewis leads away with 3 rebounds so far. Dawson Sen has collected 2 rebounds, 1 offensive board. Caden Hain, Logan Hune, Bryce Fessel, Rylan Shank, Corey Burson, and Garrett Tucker all had 1 rebound. Hune, Burson, and Tucker all had 1 offensive rebound in the first half. The Cougars, have 4 offensive rebounds in their total of 11 so far. Turnovers are equal. Both teams have 5 to this point. Both teams also have 6 assists. The Panthers have 6 assists on 12 made baskets. McCarty has 3 assists, Lindeman 2, and Fessel 1. For the Cougars, 6 assists on 10 made shots. Caden Hain has dished out 4 helpers. Logan Hune has 2 so far. Third quarter about to start here at the Cougar Den. Both teams warming up and getting ready for what should be a fun second half. It's Corydon Central leading on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 31-25 in this Big Cat basketball rivalry. And you're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crest Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Third quarter about to get started. Another score from around the area. So far, it's Borden leading Lanesville. That game at halftime down at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center, also known as the Eagles Nest. And so Borden with the lead at halftime. Braves closed out the Eagles closed the first half on a 10-3 run. And meanwhile, here it's 31-25 in favor of the Corydon Central Panthers. They're in the road black uniforms, white letters and numbers trimmed in old gold trim. The Cougars in the home white with the blue letters and numbers, the gray and blue trim on the jersey as well. Panthers coming toward us. They have possession. Devin Murphy off the handoff from Jack Fessel, top of the key to JoJo McCarty. Over to Lindeman left side. Down to Gruber, who sends it to the right wing to Fessel, drives in, lays it up, right over Bryce Fessel, and lays it in. Jack picking up where he left off there in the second quarter. He's the first player on either side to reach double figures, and we have the largest lead of the night so far at 33-25 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sen from right wing to the free throw line, drops it off to Bryce Fessel, down low to Dawson, one-on-one with Murphy, throws up the shot, can't get it to go off the side rim, and Murphy in position to get the rebound on the left side. Up ahead to Jack, throws up the shot in the lane, the floater's short, rebound, foul is going to be whistled, and Jack Fessel is going to be called for the essential over-the-back foul there. And that will be the second on Jack tonight. That'll be the first against the Panthers here in this third quarter. And now the other way for the Cougars. And they work it around. Bryce Fessel to Dawson Sen, left to right. And now they work it up top to Hain, inside to Sen. Dawson sends it out to Lewis, 3, right corner. Glances it off the front rim, rebound tipped, and Devin Murphy is the one who comes away with it. Takes it the other way, pulls up, 15-foot jumper right side, rimmed off the left, and Lewis is there to haul in the board. Up ahead now, Logan Hune gets it in the front court left wing. Cougars going away from us here in the second half. Drive, Hain kicks it to Hune, right corner. Logan takes it to the paint, now out to Bryce Vessel on the right wing. And the Cougars being deliberate right now with what they're doing. Lewis gets a driving lane, takes it right side, shied away from the contact, left the layup off the side of the rim. Lindemann gets the rebound tip to him, runs it ahead, misses, I think, a layup there, or just lost it out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover, we'll say, over to the Cougars. Top going just a little faster than he normally goes there.
That's not normal for Grant. It's a game tonight, I tell you.
Certainly not the norm for him to be in foul trouble either.
No, not at all.
So he just kind of needs to settle in right now, which we know he's capable of doing. 33-25, Corydon Central up 8. North Harrison has it in the half court. It's Hain with it right now at the volleyball line on the right. He lobs it to Sen on the right perimeter. Dawson trying to go one-on-one with Murphy, and he draws contact as he took it 15 feet away. Devin Murphy is going to be whistled for the personal this time. This will be 2 on Devin, and that'll be the team's second of the quarter already with 5:29 remaining on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here in the third. 33-25, inbound to Lewis, left side of the basket. Turns on Jack Fessel, forces up the shot, missed everything. Lindemann right in front of the rim, hauls in the rebound. Cougars are 0 for 4 to start the third quarter. Fessel up ahead with it right wing to Lindemann below the half-court circle. Murphy catches on the left side, high post to McCarty, takes it out straight away. JoJo jab steps over to Murphy, long three left wing, in and out. Rebound tipped a couple of times. Hain collects it, runs it the other way. Caden throws it up to Sen. He gets it knocked away, right block. Lindemann comes away with it. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Throws it out to Murphy in the corner. He'll circle it to the free-throw line, out to McCarty. Fakes the three left side. Kicks it over to Fessel. Open three left corner. Airballed almost. It grazed the side of the rim, and Talon Lewis is the one who gets the rebound to bring it back for the Cougars. Sen catches on the right wing. Back out to Hain. Straight away to Logan Hune. 4.5 minutes to go. The Cougars have got to find their offense again. The Panthers doing a better job walling up on the drives going inside. Pass down to Sen, goes by him, and Lindemann takes it away from behind. Brandt runs it across midcourt, right side. He'll bounce it over to Fessel on the left side of the half-court circle. Now it's Murphy with it along the sideline in front of the Panther bench. Up to McCarty, left at the top of the arc. JoJo dribbles inside, stops, short corner, back out to Lindemann beyond the arc. Grant will hold, and he'll take it now to the half-court circle. He'll bounce it to McCarty on the right wing. This game has really slowed down from what it was in the first half. Here's Fessel. Jack driving it left side. Turns. Nice job by Sen, walling him off. Back over to Lindemann now, right side. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Panthers maintaining a 33-25 lead. Lindemann tried to extend the lead, but he rimmed it off the front and the back there. The rebound to Lewis. Grant missing that one. The Panthers are almost as cold as the Cougars shooting so far.
It's a whole different game right now, this third quarter, from what it was the first half.
It's really slowed to a grind here for both teams. Lewis has it out between the circles. Passes it over to Bryce Fessel. He holds it right side. Down low to Dawson. Sen, little head fake, goes up, banks it off the glass. Good. That's what Dawson's going to have to do like he did early on. Cuts the lead to 6, 33-27. He went over Gruber to get that 2. Now it's Lindemann bringing it up. Over to Fessel to McCarty left wing. Back up to Lindemann. Grant throws it over to Murphy, right wing extension. Now Grant catches it above the spike line on the left. He'll get the screen from Gruber. Lindemann dribbles out, passes it off to Ben. He'll drive in, lay it up, and off the glass. Ben driving down the left side off the block, and he gets his 4th point. 35-27, Panthers up. 2:45 left in a quickly moving third quarter. It's Sen with it between the circles. Dawson found a driving lane, realized he had it, lays it up off the back of the rim and in.
There was no one between him and the bucket till right at the last step.
Dawson has 10 points. He's the first Cougar into double figures. He draws the 3rd foul of the quarter on Corydon Central, and that's 3 now on JoJo McCarty tonight. Dawson to the line. He'll get 1 shot here. He's got 10 on the contest, 4 here in the quarter. He's 2 of 4 on free throws so far. McCarty will exit for the time being. Hudson Withers now checks in for the first time here in the third quarter for Corydon Central. Dawson can trim this to a 5-point deficit if he can make it. He missed it off the back of the rim, and Fessel, Jack, of course, flies in to get the rebound. Here come the Panthers back toward us. And it's Fessel, got double-teamed on the right wing, goes left side to Murphy, fakes, dribbles free throw line. The jumper is up, and he buries it. That was a nice shot there from Devin Murphy. He's got 8. 37-29, the lead back to 8. The Cougars have not been able to get it below 6 since the end of the second quarter. There's, Sid, what a fake there.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Hesitation, anybody, on the right block. And Dawson with a pretty little kiss off the window to close it out. That's 12 for Sen tonight. Here's Fessel up ahead to Withers left wing, to Murphy between the circles. He'll line up the deep 3, and he almost banked it in. It rimmed around, fell out. Lewis flies in. He grabs the basketball, gives it to Hain. Up ahead, the foul as Hune was driving along the left baseline, and he'll draw contact here with 1:44 to go in the third. And foul was going to be on Devin Murphy. That's 3 now on Murphy. Lindemann, Murphy, and McCarty all have 3 fouls now for the Panthers. North Harrison inbound to Dawson Sen at the top of the arc. He'll pass it off to Hain left wing to Lewis at the left elbow. Talon gives it up straight away to Hune. 3. Yeah. Ring it up for Logan Hune. He's got 6. The lead is down to 3, 37-34. We got ourselves a game again.
What a game this has been so far.
Fessel, left side, drives it to the right side of the lane. Layup. Oh, it spun off the rim from right to left, but a foul is going to be whistled here on the blue and white clad Cougars. And this will be 2 shots coming up here for Jack Fessel. The foul is on Dawson Sen. That's 3 now on Dawson. He's really the only Cougar that's in any significant foul trouble right now. Team's first of the third quarter. Caden Hain and Talon Lewis have each registered 2 fouls apiece. Jack's first free throw right down the middle there with that one. He's got another shot coming. I talked to Coach Conrad last night. We did the girls game at Scottsburg. Sen comes out. Garrett Tucker is in, 6-foot sophomore forward. Garrett had a good first half of 5 points, but talking to Coach Conrad last night, and he said, all he said about Jack Fessel was one sentence. He's the human cheat code. He's just so athletic, and his shooting has improved a lot since last year. He buries that second free throw for his 12th point. He's a much better shooter, and you can tell he worked on it in the offseason, in addition to being a pretty doggone good receiver on the football field, too. Hune with it. The Cougars now down 5 after those free throws at 39-34. We're down to the final minute of a quickly moving third quarter. Lewis takes it down to the right elbow, out to Hune in the corner, back to Lewis on the give and go, and Talon gets the layup to roll in off the back of the iron.
That was a great give and go.
8 points now for Talon. The lead is down to 3. This feels like a sectional game now here in December.
Every bit of it.
And they could see each other later on at Charleston, or at Madison, actually. Here's a pass to C-Cat. He checked in during the break for Devin Murphy, and he traveled with it right before he made his move. Hunter looked up and was like, man, I know I did it, but they caught me. So 38.8 to go. Ben Gruber out there, along with Grant Lindemann, Hunter C-Cat, Jack Fessel, and also Hudson Withers, Garrett Tucker, Caden Hain, Bryce Fessel, Talon Lewis, and Logan Hune for the Cougars. They're running an overload to the right. Lewis catches it at the volleyball line. Talon dribbles to the middle, stripped away. Ben Gruber gets it. He'll lay it up and in right side. Good job by Ben with the quick hands. He's got 6. 61-36. Hain a little out of control going up the sideline. He lost it, and they say Ben Gruber deflected it off of him. Caden definitely wanted a foul, but he's not going to get the satisfaction. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, 41-36. And by the way, right in front of his head football coach, Gary Fessel, that happened there. Caden getting it, throwing it out to the corner. Lewis, left corner 3, left it short. Rebound, Lindemann in the short corner behind. Brandt races it up the floor, gets to the basket, throws it up off the glass. It spun off the rim after it hit the window to close out the third quarter. It has been a fun one to watch so far. Corydon Central in front at the end of 3 quarters on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 41-36 over North Harrison. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
We head to the fourth quarter, and it is Corydon Central hanging on to the lead over North Harrison. 41-36. The Panthers in front of the Cougars as we continue along here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. We are thrilled to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO across Southern Indiana, wherever you're listening tonight, however you're listening, whether it's on WKLO969.com, on your terrestrial radio at 96.9 FM, on YouTube, WKLO 96.9, or on your Alexa. Logan Hune starts off the fourth quarter, misses a long three from the right wing, and on the rebound, it is hauled in. JoJo McCarty getting it on the left block and draws a foul here on North Harrison to start the opening seconds of the fourth quarter.
The referee could pick one of two North Harrison players, one on each arm.
Well, we haven't identified who the player is that got called there, but it is Panther basketball, so sure if there might have been a tie-up called there. I think that's what it ended up being. Yeah, that's what it was. McCarty gets it down low, right side, and turned around under Burson, missed the layup. Corey Burson starting the fourth quarter for North Harrison, along with Garrett Tucker and Talon Lewis, as well as Bryce Fessel and Logan Hune for the Cougars. And now it's Burson with it left at the top of the key. Corydon appears to be in a zone. Tucker gets it right wing, lines up the three, missed it off the side of the rim, and Groover with the rebound out to the run out. Now the other way, layup, little high, but there's Murphy for the tip in on the left side, and he used every last bit of his 6'2" frame to get up to tip that in from the left side of the basket. Groover missed it high off the glass. It's a heck of a play. Looked a little bit like Jack Fessel flying there for a second. It is Murphy, Fessel, Groover, Grant Lindeman, and JoJo McCarty for Corydon. Cross-court pass to Lewis. Corner three. Hits it right side. Talon Lewis has 11. He's played well tonight. 43-39. The lead goes from 7 to 4, just like that. Fessel gets it off the passing to the left wing, takes it free throw line, has to back it out. Great job by Bryce to contest. And then as Jack drives in, Fessel on Fessel crime there. Bryce is going to be called for the foul. And that'll be just the first on the night for Bryce, and that'll be the team's first of the quarter as well. Dawson Sen is back onto the floor, replacing Garrett Tucker for the Cougars. And so the North Harrison defense trying to align as Grant Lindeman triggers the inbound from the R of North on the left baseline. Out to JoJo McCarty on the left wing. Up top to Lindeman. Gets into the paint. Misses it. Gets his own rebound. Back up and in, though. Missed it off the back of the rim. Got his own rebound right side and stuck it back up there for his 8th point. He has earned every single point he scored tonight. Starting five out there for the Panthers. Burson gets it mid-post, right side, turns around, forces up the shot, off the back of the rim, too strong. Murphy in the lane by himself is able to corral the rebound. He brings it now into the forecourt to the right wing. 5:45 left here in the fourth. 45-39, Corydon Central. Lindeman takes it left side. Groover got in his way. At the elbow, there's wide open pass. McCarty underneath on the backdoor cut, lays it in on the reversal from left to right. Lead back to 8 again at 47-39. Ties the biggest advantage tonight. Hune takes it right side, hands it to Sen in the forecourt, or the front court for the Cougars. Gets it back to Logan on the right wing after taking it to the free throw line. Bryce Fessel with it up at the top of the arc. Sen gets it down low. Wanted to go to Burson. Instead, outside to Hune. His three spins around the rim. Murphy collects it, and Joseph Hinton wants to call a timeout to talk things over. 5:09 to go here in the fourth quarter, 47-39. It's Corydon Central in front of North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
5:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Corydon Central has the 8-point advantage, 47-39 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Panthers have the ball coming out of the timeout. Coach Hinton just called just to kind of settle them down a little bit, just make them aware of the situation at hand. Panthers are in the driver's seat for the time being, but this could still go either way. Hain knocks it away from Groover, right wing, tried to go after the loose ball. And the official going to give it to North Harrison. Oh, my.
That one.
That's one, if you had replay, you'd be looking at that for a couple minutes.
Yeah, you could.
Man, Caden's going to have floor burn after that one. He went right after it. I thought maybe he got a piece of it at the very end, but it was determined that Groover was the one who got the piece of it there. Caden knocked it away from him, and he went right after it. That was really good hustle, actually, by both players there.
Yeah.
But, man, Caden actually, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, he will definitely have some little strawberry there on him.
I wouldn't doubt it. Caden Hain with it in the front court for the Cougars. He'll drop it off to Dawson Sen, right perimeter. Up straight away to Hune. Open three. Off the front of the rim, short. Groover, right side of the lane, is able to grab the rebound. Up ahead now to McCarty, left wing. Out to Murphy. Drives it to the paint. Pulls up, 12-footer right side, and he rimmed it in.
Tell you, Devin Murphy has increased his arsenal from last year. He's shooting some really nice drive jump shots.
Well, here's Sen, a layup, missed it off the rim, heavily contested. Jack Fessel got the rebound as Ryland Shank checked in during that last break, and Ryland's going to be the one called for the foul here as Jack certainly had possession there. Foul on Shank will be his second, and that's the second of the quarter on North Harrison. 49-39, the lead is 10 as North Harrison trails Corydon Central in this Big Cat basketball rivalry tonight here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. It's McCarty getting it on the right side. Up top, Lindemann, he'll line up a three. Wow! Nothing but the bottom of the net. That's 11 for Grant, the first three he's made since the second quarter. All of a sudden, the Cougars find themselves in a bad spot, at the worst possible spot. Man, that was almost a steal. Hain going left wing, threw it down low to Sen. He thought he had it. He turned around. Jack Fessel got his hand in there, knocked it loose out of bounds left baseline. And I don't know how Jack got there, but he got there just in the nick of time. The inbound, Caden Hain, the trigger man from the tee of North, and then into Shank. He threw it away to Lindemann. Grant running up the right side, gets to the baseline, throws it to Fessel, but Talon Lewis stepped in to knock it away. Hune has it, gives it to Caden Hain, drops it off, nice pass to Sen, and Dawson lays it in left side of the basket. 14 for Dawson. The Cougars have got to go on a run right now. They're down 11, 52-41. All of a sudden, Corydon's taking control behind the Murphy and Lindemann combo here in the fourth quarter. Fessel has it right side, drives it to the paint, got by everybody. They're going to wave off the shot, contact before the layup. So this will be just an inbound coming off of this. If that were in the NBA, that would have been a basket, probably. Talon Lewis, that'll be his third, and that'll be the team's third of the quarter. Inbound, bounce to Jack Fessel, right corner, out to the wing to JoJo McCarty. Hands it off behind him to Lindemann. Lindemann trying to navigate the defense. Gets around Lewis, gets down low. A lot of contact, though, and there will be another personal foul whistled on the Cougars And this will be another on Talon Lewis. For the first time, the Cougars have somebody with 4 fouls, and that is Talon Lewis. Team's 4th of the quarter as well. Ryland Shank is out. Bryce Fessel back in. Lewis has 4 fouls now, and he's played well tonight. He's been one of the key components for the Cougars tonight. Oh, man, that pass Groover missed Jack all the way. And the turnover right into the Corydon bench. The Corydon coach, Joe Henton, and meeting Joseph's dad down there, folded his arms and just shook his head after that pass went through.
We told you guys better than that.
Yeah, I'm sure Papa Joe he doesn't like those turnovers.
No.
Into Lewis, Sen getting it back out of Talon. It's a 3 from the right corner. Got it to Sen on the block, right back out to Talon. He's got 14, and the lead is down to 8. The Cougars still have life, but they need a couple more stops and a couple more baskets to put the pressure on the Panthers. Lindemann gets around the defense, gets to the lane, pulls up, 10-foot jumper. That was pretty. Grant Lindemann has 7 in the quarter and 13 on the contest. Timeout on the floor, 54-44. That keeps the Cougars at arm's length. 2:36 to go in the 4th quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard with Corydon Central in front. You're listening to Corydon Central and North Harrison boys basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
2 minutes, 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It is a time of urgency for the North Harrison Cougars. They trail Corydon Central 54-44 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the final frame of this Big Cat basketball rivalry. Caden Hain with it in the front court out of the timeout. Corydon's won 4 in a row in the series. Sen, oh man, he got it down to the baseline. Murphy, good job standing his ground, and Dawson just lost it out of bounds. A turnover will give it back to the Panthers now. North Harrison have to go full court press. North Harrison coming in at 1-4 of the last 5 at home against Corydon Central. The Panthers, by the way, have won 64% of their games when scoring 50 or more points over the last 10 seasons. Murphy gets to the right elbow. That jumper rimmed in, almost came out, but it stayed in. Devon's got 6 in the quarter. He and Lindemann have been deadly from 15 feet away. Pass to Fessel, lob down low, turns on McCarty, left the shot off the front of the rim. That was a well-contested shot. Bryce had a good look there. Lindemann in the backcourt gets hung up, has to give it to Fessel across the timeline to the right, drives it down low, put too much Tabasco sauce on that pass over to McCarty on the left side of the lane. It goes off his hand out of bounds to North Harrison in the left corner. Well, the Cougars down 12. It does not look good for them right now, but Corydon, with their defense and their shot making in the mid-range, that's been a deadly combination here in the 4th quarter.
It's going to be difficult to come back from this.
Hain lobs it to Sen. He couldn't catch it cleanly. Got bailed out, though. Devin Murphy going to be called for the push foul from behind. And that is going to be the 4th. I thought that was Murphy had 3. I mismarked that. That's now his 4th. So he's the first Panther to get to 4 fouls tonight. Ian Lewis with 4 fouls for their respective teams. Bryce Fessel gets the inbound right wing. 1.5 minutes to go. 56-44 Corydon Central on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hain with it. Got it knocked away. Stolen. Murphy with it up to Ben Groover. And then Groover driving in. Draws contact. He's going to get 2 shots. Not because he was in the act of shooting, but because Dawson Sen just committed the 5th foul of the quarter, and that's 4 now on Dawson, who has had himself a really good game tonight. That Corydon defense has buckled down here.
Yeah, it has. It's that's what's turned the ball game around.
Free throw, Ben Gruber rattles that in. He's got 7 now on the contest. The Panthers are looking for their 5th straight win over North Harrison in the series. They lead 32-19, dating back to the 93-94 season. The second free throw also in for Ben Gruber. Lead is 14. Hain driving, draws contact, and yet another foul as he was looking to launch it out to Bryce Fessel there in the left corner. And Ben will be picking up the personal. That's going to be his 3rd. Had 2 fouls in the first half. Second on the team here in the 4th quarter. Nowhere near the bonus for the Cougars thus far. 1:15 to go. It's a 14-point lead, and it looks like it's all but decided here for this Corydon Central team on their way to their 5th straight win in the series. Sen gets the pass on the right block. Then he got it stripped away. Ben Gruber came in on the help side. McCarty was behind, and Ben was able to come from behind to knock it away for the steal. It's Lindemann with it, and the front court has it on the left side. All he's got to do is try to work clock right now. Lindemann will spin off Lewis, goes back door to Gruber, passed it to McCarty. He'll pass a little off target, but JoJo runs it down beyond the right perimeter, gives it to Lindemann below the half-court line right there with 46 seconds to go. Panthers are about to win again, but the score is not going to be an indicator of how close this game was for really 3.5 quarters.
It's been a really good basketball game.
North Harrison just had too many turnovers, and Corydon made too many mid-range shots down the stretch. That combination is going to give the Panthers the win. 24 seconds to go. Clock running down to 20 seconds now. 14-point lead. Fessel with it out straight away. Drives in. Pitches it out to Murphy. Left wing 3 for the capper. Rims it. Fessel put back. Can't get it to go off the back rim. Hain grabs the rebound underneath. He'll run it ahead. Logan Hune gets the pass ahead. Lays it in. Right side. Got that for his 8th point, and that'll do it. Final second runs off the clock. Then the Corydon Central Panthers continue their reign over their county and conference rival, North Harrison. They come into the Cougar Den and have now won back-to-back games here in Ramsey over North Harrison in the series. Corydon is now 12-8 here at North Harrison, dating back to the 1993-94 season. The final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard: Corydon Central 58 and North Harrison 46. The Panthers maintain their undefeated start. They are now 3-0 on the season, and the Cougars dropped to 1-2, but a much better effort tonight after the loss to Heritage Hills last Saturday. The Cougar fans, of course, walking out of here disappointed in the result tonight, but they should not be disappointed in the effort and the hustle that their team gave throughout the course of the contest. The Panthers going to walk out of here on the plus side of this one. The JV game did go to North Harrison earlier tonight. They were able to run away with that game late. I think the final was somewhere in the neighborhood of 54-37 in the JV contest tonight. So North Harrison wins the JV game, but Corydon Central wins the varsity game here tonight inside the Cougar Den. We're going to go to a break right now, and after that break, we'll come back with our Davis Crushstone postgame show here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. We'll recap this one, final stats and analysis. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the area as well. And we'll talk to both head coaches, Ross Schultz of North Harrison and Joseph Henton of Corydon Central. That's all coming up in our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this break. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
It was a thriller most of the night tonight. The final score, not really a good indicator of how well played and how well contested this game was for the majority of the night. North Harrison had turnovers and missed some big shots there in the fourth quarter. Corydon Central was able to lock in defensively, able to get some steals, get out on the open floor, and get some high percentage shots from the mid-range, from the 12 to 15-foot range tonight between Grant Lindeman and Devin Murphy in that fourth quarter. Lindeman even made a big three there to finish this contest tonight in favor of the Corydon Central Panthers. Even though the final score was even though the final result ended up being double digits, it was still a really good basketball game tonight, and one of the better games in the recent memory of this rivalry. The North Harrison Cougars come up short tonight, but the Corydon Central Panthers surge there in the fourth quarter, and the Panthers come out of here with a win tonight in the varsity contest, 58-46 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Corydon Central has now won 5 straight over their county and conference rivals. This game wasn't quite as intense as the last time these two teams met here a couple of years ago when T-Mac Wilkinson made a late reverse layup under the basket that's right below us to our right. That was a 58-56 result, but this one certainly had its own flair, and it looked like going into the fourth quarter, it was going to be one of those games that came down to who had the last possession or who got the last high-quality shot. But that Corydon defense that has been showing up prevalently, they were tested tonight against North Harrison. The Cougars did a great job running their offense for the majority of the night, able to get a lot of great looks from the outside, but they just couldn't get any outside shots, especially from Logan Hume, to fall there in that fourth quarter. Logan had good looks, but one of those deals where you get good looks, they're not going in. And for the Panthers, they were able to get to the free throw area out there, able to get to the stripe and get around that area 12 to 15 feet, and they took full advantage of that in the fourth quarter, en route to victory tonight. 58-46, the final on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Welcome to our Davis Crushstone postgame show tonight here on 96.9 WKLO. We're streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, that is, and that's WKLO 96.9. And you can also listen to us on your Alexa. All you have to do is say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. So a good game tonight. North Harrison coming up short, but they certainly bounced back and looked a lot better than they did against Heritage Hills in the second half on Saturday. That's certainly something for head coach Ross Schultz to hang his hat on a little bit. Of course, they are disappointed, the Cougars, that they were not able to rein in the victory tonight. But it was a great game. It was physical. It was certainly not dirty. It never really got chippy, but it was hotly contested throughout. The atmosphere was charged tonight. Had a really good crowd here for this one. Plenty of blue and white on one side of the gym, over to our left and over to our right. It was full of black and gold. We even had some red sprinkled in. For those who may not know, the Indiana Hoosiers have a big day in Indianapolis tomorrow. The men's basketball team will face Louisville at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a nationally televised game on CBS. The Hoosiers taking on the Louisville Cardinals at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indy. And then tomorrow night, the biggest game in the recent memory of Indiana Hoosier football, as the Hoosiers will be taking on Ohio State. The Buckeyes and the Hoosiers tangle for the Big Ten football championship at Lucas Oil Stadium, just a few blocks over from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. That'll be just after 8 o'clock tomorrow evening on Fox. And as somebody who is a lifelong Hoosier fan, I can tell you tomorrow's is the biggest day we've seen in recent memory with IU athletics. The volleyball team sweeping Colorado in the second round of the NCAA tournament tonight up in Bloomington, 3-0. Indiana moves on to the Sweet 16 after making their first NCAA tournament appearance in 15 years. So congratulations to Steve Aird and the volleyball Hoosiers for getting the win tonight at home and playing in their last home match of the season, getting their program record 25th win tonight over the Colorado Buffaloes. Meantime, here tonight, North Harrison wins the JV game over Corydon Central. I think it was 54-37. And the varsity game goes to the Panthers 58-46. Before we talk to the coaches, we're waiting for them to get up here. Let's go through scoring and shooting for both sides. We'll start with Corydon Central, rather. And leading the way tonight was Devin Murphy. He had 14 points. 6 of those came in the first half on a pair of threes, one in the first, one in the second. Murphy then got a basket for 2 in the third quarter. And then he proceeded to make 3 baskets in the fourth quarter, a couple of them from the mid-range. As Murphy, finished his night with 14 points. He is the leading scorer tonight for the Corydon Central Panthers. And it was a very balanced effort tonight all the way around for this Panther team. Grant Lindemann had 13 in this contest. He had 6 in the second quarter, got his third foul in that quarter as well, but Grant never got called for another foul the rest of the night. Lindemann scored a couple of 2s in the fourth, made a 3 as well, and it was a huge 3 that gave the Panthers a little more breathing room. They were able to hold North Harrison at arm's length. Lindemann scored 13 tonight for the Panthers, 7 in the fourth quarter. Jack Fessel had a huge second quarter with 8 points. He scored 4 more in the third, got a 2-pointer on a breakaway and a pair of free throws. Fessel finishes his night with 12 points for Corydon Central. Ben Groover, despite foul trouble in the first half, had a really nice second half, got involved more offensively, got a pair of buckets there in the third quarter, and then made 2 free throws there in the final frame. Ben ended up with 8 points tonight for Corydon Central. JoJo McCarty, 3 points in the first quarter, scored again in the fourth, a big basket there in the middle of the fourth quarter. He ends up with 5 tonight. Hudson Withers made a 3 there late in the first quarter after he came right off the bench. Withers had 3 tonight. Hunter Seacat, 2 points, got that in the second quarter. And Evan Bennett, 1 of 2 at the free throw line in the second quarter. 1 point for Bennett tonight. Everybody who played for the Panthers scored something in this contest. Corydon Central shot 12 of 28 in the first half. They were 4 out of 11 in the third quarter tonight, and then improved to 7 of 11 in the fourth quarter. The Panthers end up shooting 11 of 22 in the second half. They knocked down 23 out of 50 shots tonight, a solid 46%. Came in shooting a blazing 55% coming into the contest. 3-point shooting wasn't ideal tonight in the second half. The Panthers were just 1 of 6, 0 for 4 in the third quarter, 1 out of 2 in the fourth quarter. They go 6 of 17 total tonight for 35%. Free throw shooting was okay. The Panthers were only 2 out of 5 in the first half, but they did go 4 of 4 in the second half and end up going 6 out of 9 from the stripe tonight, good for 67%. On the North Harrison side of the ledger, it was Talon Lewis and Dawson Sen who co-led the team tonight. Lewis had 6 points in the first half, got a 2 in the third quarter. He did make a couple of 3s in the fourth quarter to get him to that total of 14 points. Dawson Sen was all over the place offensively. Did a great job playing down low. 6 points in the first half, 6 more in the third quarter, all on 2s going down to the basket. He got 1 more bucket in the fourth quarter. Caden Hain dishing it to him for that layup with 14 points. Dawson Sen co-leading the scoring tonight with Talon Lewis. Logan Hune just never could get his shot lined in the way he wanted it to. Got a 3-pointer in the first quarter, made another big one in the third quarter to keep the Cougars in it, cut the lead from 8 to 5 at that juncture, and then Hune got another basket for 2 in the fourth quarter. He scored 8 tonight for North Harrison. Garrett Tucker had 5 points all in the first half. He brought a lot of good energy tonight for North Harrison. Meantime, Corey Burson scoring 3 points, got that in the second quarter on a 2 and 1 of 2 free throws. And then Caden Hain with 2 points in the first quarter. did not score again after that. Had quite a few assists tonight as Caden finishes his night with 2 points. Bryce Fessel did not score in this contest. Neither did Ryland Shank. And those are the only 2 guys who participated but did not score for North Harrison here tonight in their loss. The Cougars were modestly good from the field in the first half, 10 out of 23, 43%. They made 5 of 10 in the third quarter, 4 out of 10 in the fourth quarter, end up shooting 9 of 20 in the second half, and knocked down 19 of 43 shots for 44% tonight. 3-point shooting, they never could get it dialed in all the way. They had some good looks, just didn't go down. 1 of 3 in the third quarter, 2 of 5 in the fourth. So a total of 3 of 8 from long distance in the second half. The Cougars go 4 of 16 for 25%, and they continue to struggle at the free throw line. Didn't have an attempt in the second half, go 4 out of 8 at the stripe for 50% tonight here at home. 15-11 North Harrison at the end of the first quarter. Corydon turned it around in the second quarter, outscoring the Cougars 20-10, led 31-25 at halftime. It was a closely contested third quarter. The Cougars scraped by 11-10 and trimmed the lead to 41-36 heading into the fourth, but the Panthers had one last surge and outscored the Cougars 17-10 in that fourth quarter and go on to win tonight 58-46 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Head coach Joseph Enton joins us now. Corydon Central victorious tonight here on the road in a highly contested rivalry game. Well, Joe, this lived up to the atmosphere that you all thought you might get tonight. It was a back-and-forth game there early. North Harrison went on a run there late in the first quarter, but your guys did a great job responding every time the Cougars had something for you tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we got some of their best basketball tonight. I know they didn't make some of their shots that we didn't contest at times, but I thought they did a really good job against us. You know, the moment got to us a little bit tonight. You know, that happens when you're playing a game of basketball. You're going to have some teams that come out and play really well against you, and you got to be prepared to fight back. We've done it plenty of times on our own end, and we got to expect that teams like North Harrison, who have some talent on their team, that are going to fight, you know, till the very end. That's why it's a rivalry. You know, it's a conference rivalry, a county rivalry, everything you want to say about it, but we just got to be prepared a little bit more. That's on us as coaches, getting them prepared for the moment, and we got to do a better job of handling the emotions that were there tonight.
Well, I know at the end of the first quarter you're down 4, but you guys came right back. I think North Harrison scored the first basket of the second quarter, but then you started to get some foul trouble rolled up on you guys. But then Jack, I think, gave you guys a spark there in that second quarter, kind of got you guys back into it, got it tied at 19, and Grant made a couple of shots there, but it just seemed like the foul trouble was affecting you guys, but yet at the same time, you guys had some guys coming off the bench who made some nice plays for you there.
I thought our subs did extremely well. You know, I know they didn't get a whole lot in the second half, but I thought they had some really big moments for us, and they have to understand that. A team win is a team win, and I'd rather take an ugly win than a pretty loss any day. Our guys really did step up and do a lot of great things. You know, they got the job done, and that's what matters the most. You know, this wasn't our best night of basketball. And we've got to get back into the laboratory, and we got to work on it. We got to make sure that we don't have nights like these, and we continue to keep getting better and not regress from where we started.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, and of course you guys were having a scrap there, a lot of loose balls, a lot of rebounds contested tonight, but I thought your guys did a really good job with that throughout the course of the night. And you go into halftime up 6, but third quarter, it just kind of went from being a full court game in the first half to being more of a half court game. Seemed like the guys handled that pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was a very physical ball game. I don't know what it looked like from the stands, but I know what it looked like from the floor. And, you know, they definitely let a lot of things go, you know, physically. And I thought we responded pretty well there in the second half. I thought we were getting after it on the floor. You know, we just got to be stronger with the basketball. And we can't go back to some old habits. You know, I think we went back to some old habits there, and we just got to make sure we stay away from that. Our guys are really talented. We have a really good ball club. I'm excited to be able to coach them. We just have to be able to go through these moments and learn from it and move on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you had a multitude of guys get in there and make impact plays on both ends of the floor. Your defense in the fourth quarter really, I thought, became the difference because you guys got some stops, got some turnovers, got out on the break, and got some really good looks even when you were running your half court as well. Grant and Devin were just knocking everything down from the mid-range, and you guys were able to hold off what could have been a little bit of a run there early in the quarter and able to keep them at arm's length.
They both made some extremely tough shots that really helped us, but they're tremendous shooters. And like I said, I still don't believe we had one of our good shooting nights. and give credit to North Harrison for their defensive game plan against us. But they did. They bailed us out a lot in the fourth quarter with some really tough shots. Without them, I don't know if we end up winning the way we did. But I think every single one of our guys gave us something good tonight. We just have a lot of things to talk about. We just got to keep building the culture, understand that team first. We're playing for Corydon. We're playing for our community. And we're playing for each other. I'm not saying that we didn't do that all tonight, but it's just something that we have to stay focused on, especially in moments like these. People are going to play hard. When people know that it's going to be a big game, they know that you're good. They've seen you play. They're going to play hard. They want to beat you. All right, it's basketball.
Right.
We've been there before. Silver Creek probably didn't expect to be in a game with us last year in the sectionals, but it was. So that's how the game works.
Yeah, it certainly is. And even with the ebbs and flows tonight, you guys did a great job holding your poise there in the fourth quarter. It seemed like, I know early on it was a little unsettled at times, but it seemed like in the fourth quarter when you all needed to maintain your composure, the guys did just that, and that's why you guys were able to maintain the lead there late.
Yeah, it just felt to me like in the beginning like it was a physical ball game, but then we were calling certain things and not calling other things, so it was a little confusing. But again, if the referees are going to let you play physical, you have to play physical. You have to go back after it, and then you just have to be tough enough to finish through things and finish through contact. We just got to move the basketball. Tonight we didn't run really good offense, and we got to get back to doing that because the way we ran it in the second half against Lanesville, the way we ran against Seymour, that's what we have to do. This team can still do a lot of special things. It's just one ball game, Right. We don't want to sound too sad. We end up with a win, right? It was a big win on the road. It was a big test for us emotionally, and that's just what we got to learn from. We got a big schedule coming up here, especially with Madison tomorrow, sectional opponent. We got Austin and Scottsburg coming up, which are conference, and one of them's used to be a sectional opponent, but both of them are conference. Big matchups. It's not going to be any easier from here, and we have to understand that. We just got to keep fighting.
Yeah, and I thought, too, this was really the first time you really faced adversity within a game so far. It's early in the season, but you use these moments, you add them up at the end of the year, and you hope this gets you ready for the sectional later on.
Absolutely. You got to look at the positives, too. Like I said, a lot of big moments for these guys tonight. I love the way they fought back. I love the hustle. Love being good teammates to each other. There's a lot of great things from that. We just have to keep building on that and keep moving forward. So good win for the Panthers tonight. Always is. And really appreciate you all covering us tonight.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to do it, of course. So you guys are back home tomorrow night with Madison, a team you could, again, see in the sectional like North Harrison. The Cubs, a team that's playing at Jennings County tonight on the road. So, but you know how it is with Madison. They're always tough, scrappy, and they're probably going to bring that kind of style tomorrow night as well.
Absolutely. They're going to bring a game to us. They always do. We just got to be prepared. I would love to have a good ball game tomorrow. I think the guys will be refocused up and, it'll be refreshing. Hopefully a really big home crowd tomorrow night coming out to support these boys. They deserve it. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, Joe, as always, thank you so much for taking the time after the games, as always, and we will see you guys on the road at Austin coming up on Saturday next week. Congratulations on the win tonight, and have a good one with Madison tomorrow night.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much, and as always, go Panthers.
All right, Joseph Enton joining us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show. Corydon Central coming out with the win tonight, 58-46 over the North Harrison Cougars. So we talked to the winning coach tonight and Joseph Hinton as we continue along with our Davis Crushstone postgame show. And now Ross Schultz set to join us, the North Harrison head coach, on the other side of this result tonight. His team fought valiantly throughout the course of the night, but it just couldn't quite get it done there in the fourth quarter, 58-46. Again, the final with Corydon Central winning. Well, Ross, great atmosphere tonight. This felt kind of like a sectional atmosphere throughout the course of the night. Your guys really did a good job early on establishing yourselves and showing Corydon that you were here to contest tonight, but it just seemed like there were some plays down the stretch that kind of turned it in their favor tonight.
Yeah, I think so. They had some big shots from Grant and Jack. They're just two really good ball players that made some individual plays, and even Devin some pull-ups. We're used to him spotting up and burying on us, but he had some really good attack and pull-up jumpers that were tough to stop. But yeah, we were with them all night, fighting hard, and just got a little crazy there at the end again. But when you get down 8-10, it's hard to not press a little bit, and it just kind of got tough for us there. But it was a good effort.
Well, I said it afterward. I don't think the score indicates really how close it was all night, and I know there are no such things as moral victories, but at the same time, a couple of turnovers fewer, a couple of made threes here and there. It might be a different game down the stretch, but it just seemed like it was those little things that made the biggest difference there late.
They're late, and even like the end of the second quarter, we were dead even with them. A couple bad turnovers or quick shots and led to buckets on their end, and that's tough from the beginning of the game to the end. You just got to clean those up. Against good teams like this, you're not going to get away with it.
Well, you guys did a good job attacking their defense most of the night. You're able to get some high percentage shots there as Dawson was able to get in there and really kind of establish the inside for you guys, and it led to some shots for some other guys, not just for the post players, but for your guards as well.
Yeah, that was the game plan. Get it down low on them. We have little size advantage, and Dawson was awesome. He was a warrior all night in there, and we took advantage of matchups. We weren't always running in offense necessarily, but we were taking advantage of matchups and then moving it well out of that. So it went really well first half, and then, again, we just got a little sporadic at times in the second half.
Well, it was a full court game for both teams, and I know you both like playing that way in the first half, so it was a lot of fun to watch, I'm sure, for the people in the stands. But you go in down 6 at halftime, and even though things kind of slipped away, you guys were still in a pretty good position, and then the third quarter became more of a half-court game there.
Yeah, it did. We wanted to slow it down, run our triangle offense, and it worked a few times. We just didn't really knock down the shots, and that was actually the case in the first half too, I thought.
Right.
We didn't shoot it that well. That's what I told them at halftime. That you guys are playing as hard as you can, doing great, no fault, but we really haven't played that good. We can make some shots and really get after it. Hopefully that's what we'll build off of.
And first half, rebounding was pretty close. You stayed with them there. And then second half, it just seemed like you guys were only getting one shot each time, and they were getting some second and third chance opportunities, and that's another thing that seemed to add it up as well.
Yeah, those were killer when you get a stop. It should be a stop and then can't get the rebound because they're hard enough to stop once. Try to do it twice, especially with their length. It's tough.
Well, another standout tonight, obviously, Dawson was tremendous on both ends of the floor. Talon Lewis made a lot of big plays and some big shots for you. And Logan, I know, would like to have some of those shots back, got some good looks that just weren't going tonight. But the good thing was Talon kind of picked him up a little bit.
Talon did, and, man, he guarded Grant awesome all night long. That was the fact that he could still play offense at all the way he was playing defense was awesome. And, Caden did a great job defensively too.
Right.
Really good defensive effort, I think, all night for us. We lost Grant a couple times in the first half, and bang, bang, he buried 2 threes on us. So take those away, it might be a different ballgame.
Well, and obviously, too, it wasn't just the three-point shooting, but they got those mid-range shots that were contested there late. And when you guys were kind of hovering around, get it down to 8 there at one point, they made a couple of big mid-range shots, and that just seemed like that was what kind of ended it right there.
Yeah, that was killer. We kind of traded baskets when we couldn't do that. We needed to get some stops. And like you said, they were contested. It wasn't bad defense. They made some big shots on us.
Well, I know it's disappointing to lose to your rival, and there's kind of a streak going here for Corydon in this rivalry, but it seems like your guys bounced back and really played a lot better than they did against Heritage Hills. And, of course, it's one thing to lose a game the way it happened tonight, the score kind of a little closer than it was, but at the same time, you saw a lot better effort compared to what you saw last Saturday in the second half.
I think so. I think we talked about in the locker room. We played all 32 minutes, no doubt about that. We played hard, and just, the offense got a little sporadic at times, but other than that, it was a great effort. If we can just keep moving forward with that, obviously it gets really tough next Friday with the number 1 team in the state, but
yeah,
we can go there, play with this effort, see what happens, and then get into the latter part of the schedule and get some W's.
Well, it's the degree of difficulty is always hard on the front end of the season, no question about it. You mentioned Silver Creek. You got to go to the Dragon's Lair next Friday. You go to Brownstown the week after before the defending 1A state champs in Orleans come in. So welcome to the gauntlet, right? Here
That's
we
right.
go.
It keeps getting tougher. Good thing we do have some breaks. Like we don't play double weekends a lot until the Brownstown Orleans. So that'll help us get healthy, get our legs under us.
Well, in Silver Creek next week, to focus on that matchup for a moment, a team that has virtually everybody back except Walker Hoffman from last year's team. They're a senior-laden team. These guys are third, sometimes fourth-year varsity players, so they have a lot of experience, and they're a team a lot of people are looking at down the line saying they could make a run in 3A.
Yep, they're long, athletic. They love to run. They've got weapons at every turn, so it'll be a huge challenge for sure. I was talking to the kids. I said, this will be maybe the best team you've ever seen. Then I hesitate a little bit. We did play Brownstown Scottsburg 2 years ago, 2 state champs, but this team may be up there with them. So we'll see.
Yeah, and so good thing is you guys get to rest for the rest of the weekend now, have some time to get ready for the Dragons next week. Well, Ross, on the bright side, though, end on a high note here with the JV. They had a really nice game tonight and bounced back impressively from their loss on Saturday.
Yep, they look good. They played their game. They're fast-paced, motion offense, so we want to keep those guys going, and that's what we want to see. That was a good win.
Well, the split tonight, unfortunately, the Cougar varsity losing to Corydon Central. The Cougars now 1-2 with Silver Creek coming up next week. Ross, good effort tonight from the team, and we will see you guys again in a couple weeks when you go to Brownstown to play the Braves.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate it. Go Hoosiers, by the way. I know, right? So, yeah, Ross being a Louisville fan there, had to get that in there at the very end. North Harrison losing tonight to Corydon Central, 58-46 on the first. Harrison making Butler scoreboard. We'll come back. We'll look at rebounds, turnovers, and assists after this break as you're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Basketball Rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Let's take a look at the rebounds, the turnovers, and assists tonight. Corydon Central wins the glass tonight over North Harrison, 29-17. Among those 29 turnovers, Corydon had 8 offensive rebounds. I think there was one trip where they had 3 offensive rebounds on North Harrison. That just made it so tough for the Cougars to overcome tonight. Leading the way on the boards tonight for the Panthers, Jack Fessel, who had 7 rebounds to go along with his 12 points. Jack had 1 offensive rebound tonight. Grant Lindemann and Devin Murphy both collected 6 rebounds. Each had 1 offensive rebound to their credit here tonight for the Panthers. Murphy, of course, scored 14. Lindemann had 13 tonight in the scoring column. Ben Groover with 4 rebounds, 2 offensive and 2 defensive boards. JoJo McCarty, 3 rebounds tonight, 1 of which came on the offensive glass. Evan Bennett had 2 rebounds, 1 on the offensive side. And then Hunter Seacat with 1 offensive rebound tonight. 29 total rebounds, 8 of the offensive variety for the Panthers. On the North Harrison side tonight, 17 rebounds. Talon Lewis led the way with 7, all defensive tonight as well. Caden Hain with 2 rebounds as well. Dawson Sen had 2. Corey Burson had 2 as well. Corey also grabbed an offensive rebound among those 2 that he had. Logan Hune, 1 offensive rebound tonight. Bryce Fessel with 1 rebound. Rylan Shank had 1, and Garrett Tucker grabbed 1 offensive rebound tonight for the North Harrison Cougars. 3 offensive rebounds, or actually 4 offensive rebounds, 17 total. Turnovers tonight, just about even. Corydon had 5 in each half. They closed the night with 10 turnovers. The Cougars had 5 first-half turnovers, 7 in the second 2 quarters. 12 total turnovers tonight for the Cougars. And in the assist column, the Panthers had 11 assists on 23 made shots. Grant Lindemann and JoJo McCarty both completed their night with 4 assists apiece. Meanwhile, it was Fessel and Groover who had 1 assist apiece tonight for Corydon Central. On the North Harrison side, 13 assists on 19 made shots. Caden Hain not there at the average of 10, but he did have 5 assists tonight to lead the way for the Cougars in that category. Logan Hune, 3 assists. Talon Lewis and Bryce Fessel, 2 helpers apiece. And Dawson Sen dished out 1 assist tonight as well for the North Harrison Cougars. They are Corydon Central wins for the 5th straight time over North Harrison, 58-46, the final score here tonight inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey. So let you know that we will be back at it again on WKLO next Saturday. That'll be our next broadcast, and we'll be with the Corydon Central Panthers as they will be making the trip over to Austin to take on the Eagles. The Panthers will be on the road next Saturday in Mid-Southern Conference play right here on 96.9 WKLO when they head to Scott County to take on the Austin Eagles. The Eagles are 1-1 going into the weekend with second-year head coach Brent Jamison. The Eagles return a number of rotation players from last season and have brought in one of the most talented freshmen in Southern Indiana in the 6'3 wing, Micah Moeller. He's looked good in his early varsity game so far. The Eagles are on the road at Providence tonight and will host their home opener with Silver Creek. We talked about with Coach Schultz. That's who North Harrison has on the road next Friday. The Eagles blew out Crothersville to start the season, and then Scottsburg handled them at Charles Meyer Gymnasium last week right before Thanksgiving. So the Eagles have split their first two games, and they'll be in the midst of a 5-game homestand when the Panthers visit Harold Riggle Gymnasium next weekend. So join us for our Davis Crushstone pregame coverage next Saturday night around 7:15, JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 from Harold Riggle Gymnasium on the campus of Austin High School in the city of Austin. Catch North Harrison and Corydon Central boys and girls basketball throughout the season here on 96.9 WKLO. You can listen on 96.9 FM, streaming online at WKLO969.com. On YouTube, WKLO 96.9, or on your Alexa, just say Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. And we'll be over on Gold 98.7 WSEZ tomorrow night. The Orleans Bulldogs will hit the road, and they'll go to Montgomery to face the Class A number 7 Bar Reeve Vikings in a matchup between potential sectional 62 opponents. The JV game will start at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening with the varsity to follow around 7:30. We'll start pregame coverage around 7:15 on Gold 98.7, online at WSEZ987.com, on Gold 98.7 WSEZ on YouTube, or on your Alexa device. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up with our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this, as Corydon Central wins over North Harrison tonight, 58-46 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat basketball rivalry on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right